All right, what's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me out there? Um, I'm sure you can. Do a check. Oh, let's see what's going on. My audio sounds good. My video looks good. It, yo, I, I went to the barbershop yesterday because I got to go out of town tomorrow. Well, today, actually, in a few hours. Got to be heading out. Because so I text my barber at the last minute. Can would you be available for a haircut today? He didn't respond. So I just said, I'm going to take a shot, head up to the shop, see if he's there. He was not. I let his brother cut my hair. These guys are from, I think, Afghanistan or something. 3 brothers working in the same shop. It's cool. I think that was really cool that they're all in the same profession. And I think the one of the brother, he doesn't speak English very well. And I told him what I wanted. He gave me something completely different, man. He got my side so low. I haven't seen my side so low since I was in my 20s. I haven't had like a really fade since I was in my 20s. I usually keep a conservative fade, do a little temple thing, fade out the back, the bottom part, and keep it dark pretty much all around. That's just how I like it. He gave me something different. I guess maybe I needed this type of haircut for some reason. I'm looking at it in a positive light. I'm not going to hate on it. But it's something, when you're used to seeing yourself in a certain way, you gotta take some time to get used to it. It's not bad. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I know my health is feeling like that. I was playing basketball the other day. Hadn't played in probably 4 or 5 years. Picked up a ball. Maybe I dribble it around, but I actually playing? I didn't do so great. Got beat twice. 1-1, got beat twice. But I look at it, I got the exercise. It ain't gonna happen again if you're listening. Okay. Why am I on here this morning? This is the same thing that happened, I think, a year ago or 2 years ago, when I got on and told you guys, go ahead and try to get rid of them student loans now while it's a topic. And some people listened and they got rid of their student loans, and some people didn't listen and waited till late, and then they started pushing back with these stupid robo-signed letters. Okay, let's read the article. Now, I haven't read the article. I did. I read partial of it last night. I read like a good, some portion. So here it is. It says Supreme Court allows $6 billion student loan debt settlement. $6 billion. That's a lot of bread. And I understand. I'm going to show you the significance of this $6 billion and why it's important. I don't care if you think you qualify or not. You need to be challenging the student loans. Okay? All right. The justices declined to intervene over a class action settlement that could lead to the cancellation of more than 200,000 loans based on claims that colleges misled students. Of course, that's the fanfare, the fluff, and they all do be misleading. Let me tell you what the big's misleading. Oh, you get this job, you get this at this degree, you're going to make this much money. That's me. That's the number one thing these colleges are saying. You're gonna make this much money. You're gonna be this and do that, and then you get out there and you can't even find a job in your degree, or you're competing with thousands of people with the same degree. Here we go. Washington, a settlement that will allow thousands of student loan debts to be canceled will go into effect after the Supreme Court on Thursday declined to block it. See, this is what he was playing with. See, when I first did this article, when I did the student loans, it was like in the ending of 21, coming into 22, I think. And I said, get on it, get on it, get on it, get on it, get on it. This is the time. You got to take advantage of these opportunities. So the case is unrelated to President Joe Biden's broader effort to forgive student loan debt, which is also before the justices with a ruling due in the next 2 months. See? It's funny it's coming out in the second quarter, they're saying. See, they've been putting this off because so many people got their loans canceled that they couldn't keep up. So you gotta remember, when they're trying to they know they have to do something, but they do it in strides, meaning they're gonna do it in sections. We're gonna get rid of 10 million here, 20 million there. They're just not gonna let everybody through the gate at the same time. What would that do if they did? Okay. The class action settlement concerns loans that borrowers claim should be canceled because they were taken out of based on misrepresentations made by their schools, many of which are not for profit. The settlement could be worth more than $6 billion. The case arises from the settlement that California-based U.S. District Judge William Alsup approved in November in a case brought by borrowers. The government has already started implementing the settlement. Did you hear that? The application at the Supreme Court was filed by Everglades College, Lincoln Education Services Corp., and American National University. Lincoln and American National are for-profit enterprises, while Everglades is not for profit. All three operate colleges the federal government placed on a list of more than 150 institutions that is said are linked with claims of substantial misconduct. The colleges object to that characterization. The Justice Department says about 33,800 of the affected loans involve the three colleges, and approximately 400 of them have already been discharged. The federal, just interesting, discharged, they use that word. The Federal Higher Education Act allows debt cancellations in specific circumstances. But the challenges say Education Secretary Miguel Cardona has exceeded his authority. The secretary's claimed authority amounts to nothing less than the power to cancel en masse every student loan in the country. The challenges said in court papers. Look, they're trying to get rid of all student loans because they know this is not sustainable. People are still paying loans 20 years after the fact. It's not sustainable. The whole program was misleading. From the word go, since you was in high school, go get a college education so you can get a good job. There is no guarantee you're going to get a good job. But they spoke to you like it was. So listen. The Justice Department representing Cardona said in court papers that the settlement only involves borrowers in the education department. As a result, it neither adjudicates any rights or imposes any duties of liabilities upon the relevant schools, and there is no evidence the schools have suffered any injury, the government's lawyers argued. Alsup refused the college's request to delay his ruling from going into effect, saying their inclusion on the list of colleges did not affect their rights or have any legally binding impact on them. The lawsuit was filed in 2019, 4 years after the collapse of Corinthian Colleges, a for-profit organization which led thousands of borrowers to file claims seeking to discharge their debt. In the separate cases involving Biden's much larger debt relief plan, the Supreme Court in February appeared skeptical that it was lawful. The program, which would allow eligible borrowers to cancel up to $20,000 in debt, which is BS, has been blocked since the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued a temporary hold in October, and there are major doubts it would ever go into effect. That plan, which costs more than $400 billion and affect up with 40 million borrowers, is significantly broader than the class action settlement. Some people might be listening to me saying, "Oh, Hakeem, that don't have nothing to do with me." How do you know? Listen, hey, when you go fishing, you just throw the fishing and you just throw that line out there and you hope to catch something. And this is what I'm trying to show y'all. Throw the line out and see what happens. Throw the line out. Listen, when you understand how evidence work, they have to prove everything they're saying about you. It's not your job to prove it for them. You have to prove. They have to prove it. dispute. Send the letters out, and who knows what will happen. I know what's going to happen because it happened for me. I know what's happening because it's happened for others. I know what's going to eventually happen. Some people it happens quicker, some people it happens slow, but it will happen. But you have to have the faith and the mindset that you're going to do it. Aren't you tired of giving up your... Some of y'all paying for degrees that y'all not even working in the field. Why? Why is that? Listen, send it out. And furthermore, I have, let's see. Oh, that's not what I want to put in. I'm doing a webinar on the 20th about this very thing. About this very thing, I am doing a webinar on it. I'll put the link in the chat. On the 20th, Thursday the 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern time. $8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to give y'all the link, and I'm going to show you specifically what you need to be doing and how you need to be doing it and how often you need to be doing it. You know, I've taught people how to do it. They get these fancy little letters and they get, no, just just do the same thing over and over. Repetition is what gets you to the finish line, doing the same thing consistently. That's what gets you to the finish line. I know I didn't do a show Tuesday. I had a lot going on, and here it is, right? And I'm trying to do this. Give me a second. I'm trying to give y'all this link, and it's going to be in the description as well. Here's the link. Good morning, Miss Williams. People on. I'm glad y'all people are on. If y'all just getting on, y'all missed part of the show, go back and listen. All this, I was just talking about student loans. Get rid of them student loans. All praise. Yeah, man, I ain't seen you in a while, Mr. Yah. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been at? I didn't do a show Tuesday. I will be definitely doing one Tuesday, and I know I've said this many times. I am going to be doing a show very consistently, pretty much at least 5 days out of the week on something. We gotta speed it up. I know y'all trying to get y'all wealth in order. I know y'all trying to become wealthy, become prosperous, and I just want to do my part in helping you stay on track. If you're okay with that. Okay? All right. It feels good to be on this mic. I haven't been on the mic in a while, and now I'm back. Like, you know, so y'all don't understand what I go through sometimes when it comes to doing a show. Like, I look at this mic, I look at this computer, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? The same thing you always talk about, prosperity, changing your mindset. And when I get on here, it just happens. I know what to say. So I really enjoy doing this. But when I'm off mic and I got the world pulling at me, I tend to get distracted and don't, I can't see it until I'm here and I'm doing it. So to keep myself focused, that means I have to do this more over and over again. But if y'all want to get rid of them student loans or help, maybe you don't have student loans, but I know you know some people that do. Have some that need some help. Get on. Just coming Thursday. It's only $97. And I'm going to be showing you exactly what I did to help people get rid of student loans. What I did for myself to get rid of student loans. And the reason why it works. Don't y'all, that pain of having to keep that money coming out of your bank account every month. Wouldn't it be nice that you don't have to do that anymore? Like, say if you have $300 a month in student loans that you got to pay, what can you do with $300? That extra $300. Shoot, that's a potential part of a nice car that you could be driving. Or maybe you just want to get some, eat a little better, because right now they made eating right very expensive. Something. Oh, maybe you have daycare that can help pay for that. Daycare alone right now is in like $250 a week. Goodness gracious, that's a lot. He's chilling expensive. You see? And I'm talking on low end, $300 a month. I'm talking, I think people have upwards of like $600 in student loans a month because they going after these advanced degrees and stuff like that. You see? But I was about to get off. I do have to get off because my daughter got to get to school. I got to get ready to head out to California. I am heading to California. Someone is interviewing me. Someone is interviewing me. I'm not going to tell you the channel just yet, but someone is interviewing me tomorrow in California, in studio. That's where I'm headed. They want to know what I'm talking about here. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about you doing what's right for yourself. And that is changing your mindset so that you can live peacefully, with prosperity, good health, good love in your life if that's what you want. The one of the loves you need to have is the one for yourself. That's number one. But just living good all around and being happy with yourself, that you are out there pushing forward your success. This is that simple. But we make it complicated because we introduce things and people into our life that hinder that process. Not unfortunately, but fortunately, in order to reach this level, a level of peace and prosperity in life, you will have to remove some things. One of the things you have to remove is the barriers in your mind that's blocking you from even having it. And once you remove the barriers in your mind that's blocking you from having it, then you can remove the things and the people that need to go. And tell you what, most of the time, the people, you don't have to tell them to go. They will go on their own because they'll see you resonating at a different level, energy level, and they just can't handle that light. It's too powerful for them. So they got to go somewhere else where they can connect somewhere else on the vibration that they're on. I'm not saying these people are bad people. They're just not good for your agenda at this time and point in your life. And that could be anybody. It could be a loved one. I mean, it could be a husband, wife, sister, brother, children. Even that is, this is the path to prosperity is a lonely path. What happened? Remind yourself, the Christ story is not just about dying for sins. It's to show you how lonely the path is to elevation, to the higher purposes of your life. That no one's going to be there while you're going through your trials. No one's going to stand and block those trials. No one's going to help you. He had 12 apostles, and not one of them was there when he was being dragged through the mud, when he was being disrespected, when he was being lied on. Not one of them came to give a testimony in his defense. Did y'all ever stop and think about that? Not one of them was brought into that courtroom and asked, what is the truth here? And not one of them even volunteered to do it. Why? Because they were afraid of the world and what the world could do to them, instead of being what? Who cares what the world thinks? Stand on your purpose and move forward in it. Who cares? See, they cared. You see, that's on the physical level and the material level. On the metaphysical level, those 12 apostles simply represented all of the obstacles and the challenges that you will have in your journey to higher purpose in life. In the metaphysical spiritual realm, those were just 12 aspects of Christ consciousness. the doubt, the fear, the conflict. You see, that's what it really is. So really, who are you really mastering? You're not trying to conquer the world. You're not trying to conquer people. You're not trying to conquer things. You're trying to conquer one simple thing: your thought process. That's it. It's that simple. It's only one thing you're trying to have that you're at war with, and that is the ideas in your mind. And the going back and forth and what's right, what's wrong, who this and who that. It's all how you stand in the middle of your whole surroundings and how you view pointing from 360 degrees. From behind you, in front of you, to the right, to the left, over here, over there. That's just is my perception, how I'm perceiving, how I'm reacting to this situation going to give me the best results possible. And guess what? The best reaction sometimes is no reaction. Just sit there and just, okay, that's over there doing that. That's over there. And keep your mind on your focus on your goal, on what you want. And see that. See the power. See, if Adam and Eve has kept focus on all that they were given in the Garden of Eden instead of that one thing that they couldn't have, they wouldn't have had the problems they had today. And that's the issue. We focus on one problem, one issue, instead of focus on, hey, listen, I got a car, I got a house, I got money, I'm paying my bills. The bank account don't physically represent where I needed to be, but I got that, and I'm thankful for that. Because if you're not thankful for that little bit of money you got now, you're not gonna achieve that wealth. You have to be thankful for what you already have. Say thanks to it. Then more will be given to you. 7:36. I have to get off. I didn't plan on doing this preaching, but I did. So it means that somebody need to hear that. Oh, what time is it? 7:20. Oh, yes. Somebody's texting me. All right. Well, I appreciate all of those who did get on and listen, and look forward to me doing more and more of these. All right. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to you, and have a wonderful and prosperous and extremely wealthy day.